the Pretzel Project. I'm Anna and I'm going to be your host for today. Ever since the plague took over daily life, I've been really missing those pretzels that you can get at the mall. So I've decided I'm going to take you with me on my journey to recreate them, with a little help from a recipe from daily DIY life. I'll drop the link in the description below. So what you're going to need is 1 cup of milk, 1 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, or 1 packet, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons of butter, 2 1/4 cups of flour, and then for the final steps, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 1 1/2 cups of water, and coarse salt. To get started on our pretzel making process, we're going to heat up the milk in the microwave on high for 1 minute. Next, we're going to stir in our yeast and let it sit for 3 minutes. And while we're waiting on that, we're going to take half of our butter and heat it up in the microwave. We can also preheat the oven to the lowest warm setting. Now that those are ready, we can pour both of these into our stand mixer. And we're also going to add in our brown sugar. And with your stand mixer, make sure you're using a bread hook. Now we can add the flour into the stand mixer, but you're only going to want to add 1 cup at a time, fully incorporate it, then add the next cup, and fully incorporate, and finally the last 1/4 cup along with a teaspoon of salt. Once those are incorporated, we're now going to let the bread hook do the hard work for us by letting it knead the dough for 10 minutes on medium speed. And while we're doing that, we can turn the oven off. Now that the mixer is done, we can move our dough into a bowl and cover it with plastic wrap. And we'll move our dough into the warmed up oven and let it rise for 1 hour. And do make sure the oven is off before putting the dough in. 1 hour later, we can take our dough out of the oven and preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And then we can heat up our bowl of water to warm to hot-ish, and then add in our baking soda. Now just turn the dough out onto a non-stick surface and separate it into 12 equal sections, which you'll then roll out into 12 thin logs. Now for the difficult part. Let's shape them into pretzels. So you're going to take one side, fold it over the other, twist them together, and then fold it in half. And voila, there you go. Now just repeat for all 12 pretzels. Make sure you have your cookie sheets at the ready, and then you can dip your pretzels into your baking soda water mixture and put them on the cookie sheet. Now you can sprinkle them with coarse salt, or if you want to do cinnamon sugar, you can skip this step. Now we can just bake them in the oven for 7 to 11 minutes or until golden brown. And while they're baking, we can heat up the other half of our butter until it's melted. We can now lightly brush the pretzels with the melted butter, or instead of butter, you can sprinkle a cinnamon sugar mixture on top of them. Now it's your turn to make them, and I hope you enjoyed them as much as I do. Good luck!